So here is our attempt to build a case tumbler, rock tumbler, whatever tumbler you want it to be, out of a Jeep Power Wheels. So this thing is 10 or 15 years old, 10 or 12 years old. And one of the front wheels is broken off of it, so it was just sitting back in the junk pile. But we decided to take the motors and things out of it that we could harvest and repurpose. And the way we done this was, there is about 5 or 6 screws on each side of these motor housings, right here and here. Take those screws out and it'll expose your motors with the gear drives. And then the wires follow this tunnel up to the gear shifter, and then some more wires go on up to the gas pedal. And we didn't really need any of that gas pedal or anything, so I just took a sawzall and cut it all out instead of trying to disassemble it. Anyway, that's that part. So this is the axle that actually comes out of the 2 motors. You'll need to take the axle out first. It's got 1 screw on the end that goes through the axle here. Once you take that screw and the cap off, the axle slides right out. And the motor attaches to the wheel with those cogs there inside the hub. So here is the actual motor drive unit from one of the wheels. There's 2 of them. And one of them will have orange and blue. The other one will have red and black. And that is the hub assembly that meshes with the hub of the wheel and kind of works like this. I'll get it lined up. There it is. So now it's attached. So that's our idea for connecting the motor to a drum to tumble our cartridges in. So yeah, just sets right on there, gets all the splines lined up, drops in, it's engaged. We will then attach this to the bottom of the drum and build some frame assembly for everything to sit on.
Yep.
Okay, so my son and I are working on this project together. It's his old Power Wheels. This is what the wheel assembly looked like. We first took a sawzall, cut the inner hub out of the wheel. So sawzall right around the inner spokes of the wheel. Got this piece out. Tighten that vise up for me, Clint. Okay. And we then chucked the hub assembly into a vise and then took a sawzall. And you can see there that the back of this hub assembly is solid. So we tried to cut as close to the solid area as we could with a sawzall. So we cut it right there and then took the hub assembly, which still had some spoke material on it, over to our belt sander and sanded that down smooth so we'd have a smooth backing plate to connect to our drum. That's pretty much it for this point. But there's your 3 parts of the wheel assembly that it takes to the way we processed it to make us a hub assembly for our drum tumbler. And here Clint is sanding down the wheel hub to make our new case tumbler. Okay, so here we are back on our case tumbler project. And as you can see, this is an old Razor scooter, and we have yet to finish it. Still tumps over. And this is the bottom of an old pair of roller blades. We cut one end off, removed the center wheel, lowered this portion down where the jug could clear. We plan on cutting here and here and putting these on the back for legs to make it more stable. This is a gearbox and motor assembly out of a Power Wheels little Power Wheels car, and we actually mounted it to the headset, so it's kind of adjustable. And then that is the Coleman. I don't know what size this is. I don't know. It's probably a gallon internal, maybe 2. I don't know. Anyway, it's a water jug, and my son is going to show you how it goes on the motor. Go ahead, Clint. Oh yeah, the hub there that's mounted on the bottom of the water jug is the center of the wheel assembly on the Power Wheels car. So, got to get those splines lined up. Took him a little while, but we got them on there. We connect 12 volts to the motor now. It'll start spinning. We'll do that later. Thanks. Bye. Okay, so here it is, folks. The almost finished version of our case tumbler. The jug, the inline skates, welded to a scooter, welded to a 2-wheel scooter. This is where you put your foot. This was the handlebar riser. And this motor and gearbox was a part of the Jeep Power Wheels. And this portion here, the gray thing that we've got hooked to the bottom of the jug, was the old wheel hub. So those sockets fit into these splines, and that's what drives it. This was the place you put your foot. This was the 2 bars between the rear wheel. I took those off and welded them to the sides to make it more sturdy. This was the set of inline skates. I took the center wheel out and cut the front wheel off, so it left us two wheels for the drum to set on. So you just line it up with the splines there, and Clint, if you'll connect the power wire, because we don't have our switch hooked up yet. And that's how she works. Go ahead and leave it running. So Power Wheels motor going through the gearbox, and I mean it's stout. I mean I'm putting a lot of pressure on it. And that's running off of a 12 volt AC adapter, 1000 milliamp 12 volt AC adapter. So very little power it takes to run it. And that's it. Thanks for watching.